Former White House aide Omarosa Newman is spilling yet more details about her time in the Trump administration and threatening to release more recordings. Take a listen.
The question about whether or not I do, absolutely. I have this vast historical knowledge and relationship with Donald Trump, 15 years, and I've been very good about documenting the evolution of that relationship, which is what I put in my book, Unhinged.
The White House is hitting back hard, characterizing her as a disgruntled ex-employee and reportedly preparing for a counterattack against more potentially damaging recordings. Back with us, Darlene Superville, Rick Wilson, and Wendy Osefo. Darlene, she used the words 15 years. Immediately, you start to think a couple things. Number one, she's certainly known Donald Trump, the president now, for many, many moons. But on top of that, how far back does her recordings go that she claims she has, right? Hundreds at the moment, including video and sound.
It is unclear how far back all of her recordings go. She refers to the material that she has in her possession as a multimedia treasure trove, and as you said, it includes video recordings, audio tapes, emails, text messages, and other sorts of documentation. She has known the president since 2003 when she first appeared on his reality TV show, The Apprentice. So there is a 15-year relationship there that she can draw on or is drawing on for the claims in her book and the claims that she's making about the president in her TV interviews as she continues this publicity tour for the book. But it's unclear how far back she started making recordings and doing all of the documentation that she's now willing to produce.
And what might be reflective of the very documentation she claims she has, and it's not necessarily good, is that she says everybody lies in Trump world. Let's play that.
In Trump world, everybody lies. I mean, it's a culture of deceit. People turn on each other very, very quickly, and you have to have documentation for everything that you do. Even Trump. In the morning, he may say one thing. By the afternoon, he's flip-flop. He's all over the place. And so the question about whether or not I do, absolutely. I have this vast historical knowledge and relationship with Donald Trump, 15 years, and I've been very good about documenting the evolution of that relationship.
And Rick, one of my guests today said, am I in the upside down?
We are. And I actually wrote about the Trump staffing problems in my book. And basically, Emerson once said that an institution is the shadow of one man. So Donald Trump has picked and chosen people around him like Omarosa who reflect his both the reality TV world of his kooky, The Apprentice life, and also reflect the Trump building and casino world. And so you end up with people like Omarosa out here, and you end up with people who are just as deceitful and small-minded and petty and venal as Donald Trump is. And unfortunately for him, with Omarosa, she's his Luke. I mean, this is a person who was built by Donald Trump. He taught her all these tricks. And so she's going to use all the things she's got against him. She's going to drag this out as long as she can to keep her book sales up, keep herself in the eye of the press. She's going to drip this thing. And it's going to be water torture for Donald Trump. And he's now reconsidering every conversation he had with her, every text message, every voicemail, every email, any communication with her, any moment he was alone with her in a room. Now he's got to wonder, did she record that? Did she record when I said this? Did she record when I said that? Did I make a racially charged statement here or there? So he's got a lot to worry about with Omarosa. And it doesn't matter that she's, Omarosa. It matters that she understands his game better than he does.
And to say what everybody is thinking, but maybe not saying or are saying, when she makes such claims about veracity, Wendy Osefo, it cuts both ways.
It does cut both ways. And I think that what Omarosa is doing here is she's using Trump's game against him. But what I want to underscore here is it doesn't take Omarosa or anyone in the White House to give us this information, because when someone shows you who they are, you have to believe them. I know that the big talk last week was whether or not Donald Trump is racist because, did he use the N-word or did he not? Racism is a layered construct here. You don't have to use the N-word to be racist. Racism is you believing that one race is superior to another, so you have no minorities inequalities in senior leadership in the White House. Racism is you believing that one race is predisposed to crime, so you call Mexican rapists. Or racism is you believing that you're going to use your power to marginalize a group, so then you decide, you know what, I'm going to treat my tenants bad, and then they end up suing us. So yes, Omarosa is coming out of the woodworks and saying a lot of things, but for me and those individuals around me, this is all something that we already knew, and we can really file this under things that I have known for years.
Yeah, Wendy, on that then, very quickly here, Omarosa claiming that she stayed in the White House to protect the Obama legacy. She not necessarily a friend of the African-American community, much less the Obama administration, Wendy.
No, she is not a friend of the African-American community, because she is the same person who said that we are all going to bow down to Trump. She is the same person who knew that Trump was the chief architect of this birtherism, but she went ahead and worked for his administration. So no, Omarosa is not invited to the cookout. Omarosa is not someone who we are fond of. And Omarosa is telling us things that we've all known years ago. And that's why most of us did not vote for him during the 2016 campaign. So again, thank you, Omarosa, for telling us this, but we have known these things.
Darlene, 30 seconds.
Well, what you see here is, you know, when she says that everyone lies in Washington, that she, in Trump world, she was part of Trump world, and you have to ask yourself, is she lying too?
And Rick, your thoughts, 15 seconds, please.
There's nothing that Donald Trump should be surprised by in terms of betrayal. He betrays everyone, and they return the favor.
All right, Darlene Superville, Rick Wilson, Wendy Osefo, thank you for sticking within my time constraints. Well done. Go out and have a good Sunday now and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much. And that will do it for us.